Hello, welcome to today's session. And today we are going to be working with SketchUp. We're going to be achieving some modeling with SketchUp. So before we go into that, I'd like to welcome you all once again, and thank you for attending today's session. So now, let's go straight to the point. Before I do any modeling, I would like to set up my shortcuts for SketchUp. Just go to the window file menu and go to the preferences option right there. Then just go down to shortcuts because you want to set up shortcuts that you'll be using for SketchUp. So just go down to shortcuts and then from the field tab, you type in the shortcut, the tool you want to assign a shortcut to. In this case, I want to assign a shortcut to the select tool. So I'm going to type select. That will be for this particular tool here, this one. I don't know if you can see this. I'm assigning it, let me do this. I want to assign it to this. Okay, let's assign it to that. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. So now you select tool, and I'll come here, scroll down to the particular tool because there are so many tools there. I'll scroll down to the particular one I want, which is tool select. And if you notice, the select is in this. So that's what we're going to pick. And I'm going to assign the space bar to it because the space bar is the biggest button. I want to use it to activate my select tool. I'll just assign space and first I'll select this. And this box right here is telling you the shortcut that has already been assigned to it before now. So if you notice, space bar has already been assigned to it before now because that's what I've been using. So I'm going to do it again. Just tap the space bar on your keyboard to reassign it. Just tap the space bar or any shortcut you feel comfortable with. You can decide to use any of the letters, like so. But in my case, I'll use the space bar and click this plus sign to assign it. And it will ask me, okay, do you want to assign this particular shortcut to this tool? Yes, I want to. And that is it. I've assigned that one. The next one I need to be assigning is push-pull. Yes, because I'm going to be using it. Push-pull is this tool you're seeing right here. Yes. So that's the next one we want to assign. So now I'm going to use P for push-pull. So push and pull. So you see there are tools, push-pull. This is it right here. So I'm going to assign it. Already we see letter P there, so I'm not just going to bore you with that. I'm going to go to the next one. And the next one is move. And move to. You see there an M is assigned to move to. And the next one is V for paste in place. Paste in place. We have paste and paste in place. The difference is that paste will just, if you copy any item and you want to paste it in SketchUp, if you use the paste option, it will just paste randomly anywhere, or it will ask you, yes, it will ask you where you want to paste it actually. Then you have to take your hand and paste it there. That's if you use the paste option. But if you use the paste in place option, it will paste it at that exact location. This paste in place will really help you if you want to copy component, or if you want to copy entities that are outside the component and copy it inside that component, but pasting it at the same location. So this will really help the paste in place. So I'm going to come here to paste in place, and you see V is already assigned to it, so I'm going to leave that one. Now the next one we're going to be doing is let's see. Okay, I need X for X-ray because sometimes I'll need to be using X-ray. X-ray. I think there should be hyphen somewhere. Yes. X-ray. X. Assign it. Okay. I need N for I or hide the rest of the model. Okay, hide the rest of the model. N is already assigned to it. And W or Q for show or sorry, on hide or rather. So basically, let's just stop here. Anyone we need later on, we can come back and select that. So after doing all those, you can just come and select OK. Once you select OK, you know you've already set up your shortcuts. Now you can start modeling. Let's see. Let's erase this. So that is done. Someone is typing something. No, one shortcut cannot be assigned to more than one tool. You can only assign one shortcut to one tool. Okay, so I haven't said that. Wow, something just happened now. Okay. So now let's get started. It's sad that I can't really access something, but I'm going to be using some other kind of replacement for that. Okay, today we're going to be modeling a floor plan, and we are going to actually make it look like a real building. So for that, I am going to get a floor plan. Let's see if I can do something. I don't know what's Autocad is open. That's good. Okay, can you see my Autocad screen? Can you see my Autocad screen? Yes, okay, I believe you can see my Autocad screen. So now let's do something quickly. I'm going to import that PDF file into AutoCAD so I can export it as a file that SketchUp would see. So for doing that, I'm going to go straight to the Insert tab. And I'm going to import PDF. I want to import the PDF to AutoCAD here. Now AutoCAD is directing me to where the file is, and I'm going to search for the file. I know I left it here, and of course, this is the file. I'm going to open it with AutoCAD. Of course, further questioning. Asking you all these things, they don't blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to leave everything like so, and then select OK. You see, AutoCAD is converting 6,615 PDF elements to AutoCAD geometry. So you see them. No, I'm just going to lead to that thing to and then push it out for us to use. So, no worry, I'll say that after the class actually. Let's get on with this. Wow, so many things to process. Apps and polylines and all and all and all and all. Okay, so now you can see them all. You can see the kitchen, you can see dimensions and all that. So I'm going to switch to like drafting an annotation so I can actually edit some of these things if I can see them. If the layers are still here, I am just going to work with the layers to turn off some things I don't need. Wow. As if I'm going to turn off this. Layers. Okay, so I think, yes, we can work. I'm going to turn this off. I don't need it. And turn it off. I don't need that. I don't need dimensions. I don't know where those texts are. Let me see. Okay, I don't need that. I need the windows. I don't need the furnitures. Garage entrance. I don't need it for now. I don't need. This is the cushion. Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need the furnitures for now. Honestly, I'm going to leave that. Okay, that will be on, and the garage entrance should be on also. What else? Okay, with this, I think I can work. So I'm going to save this file as the AutoCAD file, an AutoCAD file. I'm going to save it as an AutoCAD file so I can actually work with it. So I go to save as, and of course it will give me a dialog window like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, give me a dialog menu like so, and then I'll need to create a folder for this. This folder should be SketchUp Live. Okay. So I'm going to save this as a plan. Okay. Now I haven't saved that. We're going to continue. Let me do something. I need to measure this to be sure I am correct. Go to utilities, measure, and then I compare. Okay, 150.9. It's slightly different from what it should be, but I think that can pass because the block size should be 150 millimeters. That's about your 6 inches block. Yeah, that's your 6 inches block. So I think that will pass. Yeah. I think this is a little bit different. Let me check. Okay, yeah, the same. So now let's get started. Now for us to get this, just do it double click as in your center mouse. I don't understand what's there. Something is taking up space here. I don't know what it is. Why? Why was it showing me something? Like something is taking up space. Control A. There's no other thing there. Okay, I'm just going to save it like this. Now you come to SketchUp. We're done with AutoCAD for now because we'll save the file. Now you come to SketchUp. So I don't know, this screen is really bugging my eyes. You come to SketchUp, select File, go down to Imports. And let's go look for that file. It's somewhere here, and SketchUp Live, then Plan, Imports. SketchUp will ask you some things and try to import the file also. So I just look at it. So SketchUp to import the file. Okay, now AutoCAD entities imported: arcs, 115 arcs, 12 layers, circles, blah blah blah, and blah. So now we can close this, and we have our model. You see the floor plan right here. Now with this, you can actually model with ease, zoom to extent, and then with your views, go to the top view. So you see it like so. Can you see this? Okay. Okay, so since you can see it, let's get started. Now with this, it is very easy to work with SketchUp. So now you know you've already done most of the job with AutoCAD. There's an error here that needs to be corrected, and that will be corrected later on. Also, okay, yes, it's the same thing. So we'll correct that while working. If I miss it, someone should remind me. Like I told you, for SketchUp, your mouse works like, as your scroll wheel works just the opposite when you want to orbit and pan. So if you want to pan, this is your pan tool, and this is the orbit tool. If you want to pan, you have to hold down Shift and press down your scroll wheel, your mouse scroll wheel, to pan, like so. That is if you want to pan. Then if you want to orbit, you don't need to hold down Shift. You just need to, you know, orbit. Just press down your scroll wheel and then orbit it around as you want. So I'm going to do this and zoom to extent, of course. So now let's start modeling. For that, I'll grab my rectangle tool, or I will use the letter R. Yes, I'll use the letter R in this case. So I'm just going to do this and out. I'm going to do this and out. And so, okay. So before that, let me show you something. I'll use my select tool. Of course, I told you my select tool is my space bar, so I can just use the space bar to select. That's the select tool. My space bar is for select. M is for move. This is the move tool, as you can see here. Then R is for rectangular tool for this one. Then L is for my line tool. This is my line tool. Then I have F for offsets. This is offsets. So in case you see me do some of these things and you're wondering how I selected some of those tools, I'm actually using shortcuts, and I just showed you how to set up your shortcuts to ease your working experience. So now I'm going to use arrow to select my rectangular tool. But then let me show you something. If I select on this floor plan I just imported, you notice something. You notice there are groups. Yeah? Our previous class I talked about groups. I talked about groups, models, groups, components, and normal mass, solid mass. So in this case, you see them, they are all groups. So if you select any entity here, all of them will be selected. And if you want to work inside the group, just have to what? Double click on it. And you can work inside the group. You see all the lines we are imported to SketchUp as they were because you worked on it in Autocad. So everything at a dimension, if I should measure this with my tape tool using the T, you see 0.15 meters, that is 150 millimeters. Okay, everything is accurate. Everything is accurate. Now, if you see any sign like this, that's, I don't know what to call that sign there. It's kind of wiggly. So if you see any sign like that, just know that SketchUp approximated your figure or your value. Yes, if you see any sign like this, know that it's been approximated. So in this case, let me go and change something. I want to change it from meters to millimeters. I want to go and change my units in this case. So I'll go to Window, I'll go to Model Info, and then to bring up the Model Info tab in a while. Okay, like so. So now I'll go to Units and then play with the settings. In this case, I don't want to play much. I'll just change this from meters to millimeters. So we'll all be on the same page. And then just close it. You don't need to click OK. You don't need to press Enter. Just close it. And select my tape tool. And you see it's converted from meters to millimeters. And you see all other values like so. You can also convert it to inches as you want, or some other centimeters or thereabouts. So if you want inches, you can convert it to inches, you can convert it to feet, yards, and all. So that is it. You can work. You can work here. You can work in SketchUp using millimeters, and then when you're done, you can still convert it to meters. It will still be the same. Okay, so now let's get started. Let's start modeling. Like I told you before, now I'm going to be using some shortcuts. In fact, no, I'm not going to be using shortcuts this time. Let me just model directly. Click this place and drop it here. Click here, drop here, select tool, come here, erase this, also pick the eraser, erase this part. So we have a nice looking shape like so. Now, if you double click on it, if you double click on this part, you just that is being drawn, you can right click and group it, make group. In this case, I'm not going to do that way. I'm just going to double click on it and use the G shortcut to group it. So we have a group there. So anyone I draw, any rectangle I draw, I'm going to be grouping them. So follow me. It's quite easy to do. Like so, like so. Then erase this part and group. So we have this one. I'm not going to bother about this. This is like a step up. We'll talk about that later. I'm concerned about the outer part of this building for now. So G for grouping, rectangle, G for grouping, rectangle, G for grouping, and we do a rectangle, and we do G for grouping. Okay, you understand now what I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to be a little bit quiet while I achieve some of these things. So basically, you're just trying to redraw basically, you're trying to redraw everything that is there. Since I'm just going to draw this down here because there's no point. Okay, I think I should do this. Delete. Okay. And shift. Okay. So we have that. We have this, we have this. We have it up to this point, so it's running this part. Please pay attention. You would one day want to do SketchUp, and trust me, you will enjoy the whole process. SketchUp is not as hard as you think, but trust me, SketchUp is feeding people. This software, is paying people's school fees. I know some people that are earning a living just by using SketchUp on freelancer.com. And you might want to be one of them. I don't know, maybe somebody. Okay, so this is it. And this one should come here also. That is, erase this part. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Erase this part. Erase this part. Yes. And that is it. Oh, I made a mistake also. One should go here. Yes. I like it. So and I'm going to do here also from top to bottom. Top to bottom. And zoom to extent, don't worry. Something is happening. Can't find my models. What happened? I think I'm having this is oh, she was hiding. R from top to bottom. Maybe that was because I said from top to bottom. Even the software does not like that. Okay, come here. Do the same. Be careful. Always be careful because you might be selecting some other node, which is not so good for modeling. Because accuracy is your aim here. Accuracy should be the goal. Okay, so double click this to give me this. And that is what I want to achieve. G for goal. Okay, now this part, I can just use my line tool. I've not used it for a while. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. G for goal. So basically, that's what I'll be doing. And let me just focus on the outer part of things. R for rectangle. I think this is a live class. It will be a little bit boring. Yes. I think from our next classes, I'll prepare to some extent and create some parts on my own. But I think it's also good so you learn the process. See me make my mistakes and how I correct them. So you know that even like most Africans call them the OGs or the veterans, they also do make mistakes. In fact, they are very good at making mistakes because they try new things daily. No, that would be nice. I'll start here. Why I started from this down, from this bottom part, was that you see here, there's another node here that's connecting to this part. And you notice we have a lot of them. So I might just connect to one of them, which I was avoiding. So hence my decision to start from the bottom. Okay, so we have that, we have that. They are all grouped, as you can see. And let me create this part of it. If you notice, I'm kind of leaving the window behind. Not because I like to, but because I have another plan for them. Uh-oh. Okay. I know what to do. Control X. Now double click on this group to go into the group and do V for paste in place. You see, that tool is now useful. V for paste in place. Now with that, I can remove this part of it, and then they are all connected. So just double click outside, and you have the model like so. Now, SketchUp just reminded me something. Make sure your Control S is close to your finger whenever you're modeling. If you're doing anything, make sure your Control S is close to your finger because you might want to be using it regularly. In this case, I'll do Control S for the first time so I can save my file. Of course, we all know the process to saving a file. I'm not going to stress much. Let's go to Documents, go to, what's the name of that folder? What's the name? I said, okay, SketchUp Live. And model. That is it. Okay, someone is asking, is grouping kind of like making it into layers like in Autocad? Yes, SketchUp has a file format. It is .skp, like SketchUp, SKP. That is the file format of SketchUp. Okay, grouping is not like layers in AutoCAD. We'll talk about that. We have the layers. We'll talk about that. But it's not layers in AutoCAD. In SketchUp, rather. It's not layers in SketchUp. It's called tags. You see them here. It's called tags. I don't know if I answered your question, John Paul. It's called tags. See them here. You can add as many tags as you want and then group some things. So if I decide to add some of these tags, you will not see them here. Let's say, for instance, the dimension lines are hidden. That's layers. So if I bring this up, you begin to see dimension lines. So if I bring this on, you see this. So you get, we have a lot of tags there. If I decide to do this, and you see this, you get. So that's what you don't want to do. In this case, okay. So, John Paul, I believe I answered your question. So we have for doors and windows. I'm going to take off dimensions. I'm not going to take this off. I'm going to leave it like so. What else? What else? What else? Okay, I turn this on, and it's off. So let's continue. This go this way. This will go. Oops. Okay, so we can do this. Pick from here. Take it up here. Yes. I know because I'm going to do this for that too. So yes. So you remember this is where the garage was. So yes, it's still going to be the garage. It's still going to be the garage. I'm not going to, or maybe I'll make it a gym in this case. Yes. Uh-oh. So you see, there are so many ways to select a file, sorry, an entity. If you try using your erase tool and it messes up the model, you can just undo. It's quite simple, Ctrl Z. Then from top to the bottom part. Then use your pick tool, sorry, select tool, and use that pick tool language. Because here I do illustration a lot with Illustrator, and of course, it's the pick tool. Okay, so I am going to continue it here, top to bottom, off with this part. So click and group. So we've gotten that part. We've gotten most of the parts we need. So I'm just going to do this. Oops. My God. Picture. Okay. All right, I got it. Now, let's start from here. This should be a slide door. I'll talk about it, in a moment. Or maybe not now. Maybe in our next class, we'll talk about how to handle some of these models that okay, you can't really get them done immediately. But if you spend much more time, you can get them done. So now, for this, we've gotten our walls, the external walls, actually not the internal walls or some of the internal walls. Or if you want to, you can continue creating your internal wall, but I'm not going to spend much time doing that. For this class, I am going to do only the external walls and leave it like so. So now, after that, what we should do next is push-pull or extrude, as some of you would want to say. Extrude it. Want to extrude it to a height. In this case, it's 3,100 millimeters. For the height of an average building, an average residential building, yeah, an average residential building, it should be 3,100 millimeters. So for that, I'm going to use a view, isometric view, like so, and then maybe orbit it a little. Yes, so I can see every part. And then I'll just double click on it. use my push-pull tool, select the first one, drag it up a little and type 3,100. Of course, you can see it down here. And see it down here. If I type, just raise it up or use your up button. I told you about the axis, yeah? So if you're going towards the Z axis, just use the, on your keyboard, the up button. Yes, to lock it in place. To only go to that direction. Okay. Now type 3,100. Enter. So we have it like so. Then select to double click on the next wall, push pull to which is P on my keyboard. Just double tap to increase the height to the previous height. So you see it will be the same 3,100. Select to double click, push pull, double tap. Just do that for all of them. Select to double click on the wall to go inside. I think this wasn't grouped. Yes, it wasn't grouped. So I'm going to group it, double click on it, push pull, double tap. Okay, sorry. Double tap. Okay, so we have that. Select to double click, push pull, double tap. Select to double click, push pull, double tap. Come over here. Select to double click, push pull, double tap. Just repeat the same process. So just going to repeat the same boring process. Yes, the most boring things of life give people money. Oh, like a job. You go to job every day. Sometimes you don't want to go, but you have to go. Sometimes it feels so bored, but of course it gives you money, so you don't want to stop going. You know, when you do something over and over again, it becomes boring. At first, it will be fun. But when fun meets a job, is when you actually love what you're doing. For me, I'm a modeler. You wake me up anytime, any day. I'm ready to model. Yes, like create models, not doing the one some people may be thinking right now. So this is the fun part of it, actually pulling this thing, getting to see your building rise. Did I do this? Yes, I did. Okay, so we have all our external walls looking at us. 3,100 was the height. Did you see that? If you saw that, please use the chat box. We have barely 25 minutes to go, and I hope we can actually achieve something with that 25 minutes. Okay. Now let's go over to the next part of it, the next phase. We are going to, the internet is unstable. Wow. Okay, since you can hear me, I think it's good. We're going to create windows, and that's where we'll call it a day for today. And after creating the windows, for the garage door, I'm going to leave it open for today. And maybe before you come next, I will have completed it. So let's fix in the windows. This is a window, this is another window. I think these are windows, yeah? Yeah, they are windows. Of course, you know the indication for doors. Anyone you see this thing, you know it's a door. Yes. If it's just an opening, then it's a window. This is slide. This, yeah, that's a sliding door. Slide 3. So this is the access. This is the main access to the building. access it through this way. This is like a waiting room or ante room. And then this is the parlor or the living room. It has a slide door from the ante room to the parlor. And then this is the garage. Of course, if you go into the garage, you can come into the house. This is one bedroom, another bedroom, third bedroom. The kitchen is somewhere here. And this is the dining. Dining has a washer and a wow. Okay, that's nice. Now let's continue. I'm going to fix windows here using the same rectangular tool. Hope I'm not doing it in a group. So that was to check if I was doing it in a group. Can you hear me? Can you see this? Uh-oh. Of course, of course, of course. Thank you. You're all with me. Thank you very much. I believe someone is planning on building his own house now. So I don't know who that person is. The Lord is speaking to me. Or if you know somebody that has a property wants to develop, that means the Lord is speaking to you. You can decide to do that for the person. So all these I'm creating are just rectangles. They're not solid yet. G. But these ones here, they are solid because they have depth. But these ones are rectangle. You can see they are all flat. What is that? So I have this one. Okay. Somebody might be asking dimensions. How did I fix in the dimensions of this thing? I will direct that person to a website, and I will type the website just now using the chat box. I think it's. You see the dimension for almost everything you're looking for. Yes. If it's not correct, please. I think that is it. Okay, Samuel Obundoju, you're welcome. And truly, you've missed a lot. Truly, you've missed a lot. I think that's it. I think it's .com or .net, one of those. I'm trying to check with my browser to confirm that. Let me continue while it loads. Samuel Ogundoju, you've missed a lot, but you've not really missed a lot because you can get the recordings from YouTube after the class. Okay, I think it's dimension dot. I think it's that. No, it's not okay. Anyway, I'll get the correct. I'll get the correct site and then send it to everybody. Right now, my mind is very busy trying to complete this project. That's like a guide to guide you to all you need to know about dimensions for anything. I think it's even beyond just buildings. Yes, you can get dimensions for industrial products like tables, cars, and all those things. So, so Yes. Okay. You can just type it as there. Yeah, just like so, and drag it and put here. So this is, I'm trying to create the window. So before extruding, I had to, create these things. Okay, now the windows from the ground level should be of height 900. From ground level to the lower part of the window should be of height 900. So that's what I want to do now. Okay, just a lesson. Thank you very much. People, you can go check it out. It will give you good knowledge of dimensions. That website there. I think that is it. Okay, now let's start. Let's do this. Yes, that is the website. I just tried it. Now, push-pull 900. Of course, you know the ritual. We continue it for all. I'm using my mouse scroll wheel. If you're wondering how I'm doing that, I'm just scrolling in and out. Wow, in and out. Like so. Okay. Like so. Okay. Like so. Okay, I'm almost done with that. The garage, of course, it has to be on the ground level, so the cars can have access. So push. And for the last one, SketchUp just reminded me to save. Whenever it does that, I'm always reminded to save. And I just saved. So now, if you look at the model, you see that we've achieved, to some large extent, we've achieved something like so. Remember, you can always copy the floor plan and to create other aspects of this building. Don't be scared to explore. So that will be it for this session. I hope you gained value. Did anybody learn anything today? Okay, choose to learn something. For our next class, I will try and make it very short. Hence, I would have to create some things and then leave some for examples. Okay, I'll have to create some things and leave some for examples. Samuel Ogundojo, you're welcome. Please, what is A? I don't understand. Okay, you might want to use the chat box if you have any questions. I'm there for you. We should. Yes, we should. Do you want to finish it on your own? I can give you as personal assignment. Maybe I can send the floor plans to you if you want me to. Yes. In fact, by the end of next week, not this week, by the end of next week, we should have a building. Let me see, what's it by the time? This is 11:47. The rest part of these things are not hard anymore. It's just, okay, we need to import doors or create them. We want to create a door here. It's quite easy to do. Just use your rectangular tool, start here, end here, and the height of a door should not be above 2,100. Let me group it. Because from the ground floor, from the ground level rather, to your lintel is 2,100 millimeters. 2,100 millimeters, okay? So now I can do this and push up by 2,100. I know I have my door there. Now the remaining one should be about 900 or thereabout. Let's see. 1,000. Okay, because it's 3,100 height, yes, 1,000. So now for this, I can construct my door here. How do I do that? I come over, I create a frame by offsetting. This is the door is of 1,200, so I need to partition that door. This door should be a two. Should be 2. So I'm going to do this. 1,000. Okay, so I can create a rectangle from this point down to this point and then offset it to get a frame-like stuff. And then the frame can be pushed inside. No, not that part of the frame, please. This can be pushed inside by, let's say, 25. So we have this. And then I offset that part like so. So I have this style. And then offset this part also. Not really offset, I can use the rectangular tool to create from here to the center point. And then move this, decide to move this tool. I don't know if you understand. I'm trying to create the shape of a door here. So maybe, sorry. It's not too particular, okay. So for this, I can just decide to delete this middle one. And then pull this part to the height of this part, like so. And then send this one also this way. And this part this way. I don't know if you get me. So now I can decide to push out this part. Out this way, and this part out this way. So I have my door looking like so. I don't know if you get. You can decide to design your door and then apply materials to it, and then you have your door. Okay, John Paul, you're with me, yeah? So you can see it's as easy as you've seen. It's not, they say we should not be using rocket science to say that. So It's not as hard as you think. It's as easy and straightforward as it can be. So it's just simple click and drag. Where it gets a little bit interesting is when you need to use realistic materials and then render it. So if I'm rendering this thing, you just see plain white mass. Yes, you just see plain white mass. For instance, just see a plain white mass, like something that's been extruded, 3D, plain mass, plain white. But when we proceed to a very good stage, you will understand every bit of it. So did you get value from today's class? If you did, please use the chat box. You know what to do. Okay, jump ball. Okay. Wow. My machine is still thinking already. Okay, please, if you have any questions, this is your time. Please raise your hands up so I can ask you to unmute. If you have any questions, please. Wow. No questions. So I believe you all understood this. Okay, Chizzy has a question. All right, Chizzy, I am for you. Ask your question.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yeah,
What I want to ask is not concerning this design. No.
okay.
The link you sent, it just went and started downloading straight.
Okay, don't
so
worry.
I cannot
I'll have to, hello, Chizzy. I will have to respond to that. You know where to meet me. If it's about that one, if it's about the link, you know where to meet me. We'll discuss about the link there.
Okay.
Yes. So, if anyone has a question about the link also, you know how to reach me. I believe all of you here, apart from Samuel Ugundoju, yeah? You know where to reach me. Even Samuel Ugundoju knows where to reach me. So you can see, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Okay, so if you render it without materials, without anything, this is what you'll be seeing, just like this. This mass as it is. This is what you'll see. So I'm going to stop. It's finished rendering. So yeah, this is one part of it. Now there's a way you can go about it, applying materials and all those things, and then making it look, realistic. After applying materials, you see it look a little bit realistic. In fact, there are ways to it. If you apply realistic materials and then you render it, you will get a very nice look, and it will look like it's existing somewhere. So most of those pictures you see online, I see pictures of very clean building, and you see everything so perfect and stuff. They were just created by somebody using his laptop, and then rendered, and then uploaded to the sites you see there. All right, thank you very much for attending today's class. This will be it for today, and I really want to appreciate you all for attending this session. Please make sure you practice. Practice is key. Practice is key. Practice is key. If you have any challenge with this software, try and reach out to me, and I will respond to all your queries. Thank you very much. I am going to stop this share. I'm going to stop this share, and I'm going to do